All right, Shalom, Akim. I want to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Double honor to the elders of Great Millstone. Much love and respect to all you brothers out there doing the work in sincerity and truth, striving for the hopeful elect during all afflictions and seeking out your own salvation with fear and trembling. Come out here, as always, to tell the Negro Latinos and Native American Indians that they are the true Hebrew Israelites of the Bible. And to just prophesy, preach the word, and Lord willing, anybody that has a ear to hear and a mind to understand, and the Lord dealing with you, it's gonna resonate, and you're gonna be built up. You're gonna grow in the spirit and believe and call on the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Okay. So as always, I'm gonna go into the book of Joel, chapter 2, verse 1. It says, "Blow ye the trumpet in Zion and sound an alarm in my holy mountain." Okay. So anyone that has the mindset of understanding, you're gonna know that this is a commandment, okay? That you are to go and blow and sound the alarm in Mount Zion, okay? It says, "Blow you the trumpet in Zion and sound an alarm in my holy mountain." So we are obligated to come out to the highways and the byways, as it is spoken of here in bring it out real quick. This is Matthew chapter 22 and verse 2. "And the kingdom of heaven is like unto a certain king which made a marriage for his son, and sent forth the servants to call them that were bidden to the wedding, and that they would not come." Right? So we know that, not everybody's going to come. It's only those that were predestined from the foundation of the earth. Okay? But it's our job to come out here and to sound that alarm, man. An alarm is something that startles you. It gets you up, gets you going and moving, okay? It's not something that just it's not an alarm where it's to make you go back to sleep, okay? It's to startle you, get you up, okay? This is 2 Peter's chapter 1, verse 12. "Wherefore I will not be negligent to put you always in remembrance of these things, though you know them and be established in the present truth." Right? We all know it, but there's some people that don't know yet, because they're still under the hypnosis through that bewitchment, being bewitched by Esau and these these 2/3 pastors, that they're still to continue in that false doctrine, Christianity, that whole mindset. Or even if they don't go to church, they still have a mindset that is not of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. And we have to bring it to the remembrance. And also us, we have to constantly remember these things. Okay? Meditate on these things. It says, 2 Peter 1 and 13, Yea, I think it meet, as long as I am in this tabernacle, to stir you up by putting you in remembrance." See? By stirring you up, by putting you in remembrance of these things. That's why we come out to the highways and the byways and we preach, we prophesy, okay? We exhort, we admonish, rebuke, and meekness. We have to be stern, we'll be stern, It all depends on the situation and the spirit. But we are to blow that sound, we are to blow that trumpet in Mount Zion and sound the alarm in this holy mountain. This is Jude 1 and 3. "Beloved, when I gave all diligence to write unto you of the common salvation," because that's what we're out to do, man. We're out to gather the elect and be delivered. Be delivered from this hell, from this false sense of peace and security and hope. There ain't nothing here in this world that is guaranteed, man. Nothing in this world is guaranteed. We all should know that by now. Okay? This place is it's dangerous, it's evil, wicked. Whatever word that's negative, that's what this place is. All right. got these bunch of scumbag ass 2/3 that think they're, you know what I'm saying? I ain't even gonna try to go that route. But you know what I'm saying? That's what it is in this earth. Okay? But yet we're out here trying to gather the elect, as the scriptures say. We're the only ones that are putting on those beautiful garments and presenting our bodies a living sacrifice to tell these people of the common salvation, of the salvation that is here, man. The engrafted word, which is able to save your souls, and come soon. The Lord's about to come back, and there ain't gonna be no more hearing the word of the Lord anymore, man. Okay, that's what these people, they don't understand, but that's fine. The elect they're gonna understand, and they will gravitate. They will come. Okay, that's where you cast your bread upon waters. You don't. It's like when you throw a line in the water when you go fishing. You don't know if you're gonna catch or not. You don't know. You can be there all day and not get one bite. You could be there all day and just get, one little nibble, but you don't pull nothing in. But then you keep going and going and going, and then casting your net, however you may fish. That's what it is. Cast your breads into the water. So going back over here to Jude, I'm gonna finish the one in Jude, in verse 3. Beloved, when I gave all diligence to write unto you the common salvation, it was needful for me to write unto you and exhort you that you should earnestly contend for the faith which was once delivered unto the saints. Right? Because all the prophets prior to us always defended the scriptures, always defended the law, always defended Yahweh's name. Okay? Or defended their people. Okay? It says, for there are certain men crept in unawares, who were before of old ordained to this condemnation, ungodly men, turning the grace of our power into lasciviousness, and denying the only power Yahweh and our Lord Yahweh Shai Mashiach. Right. So that's these other individuals that either despise the name of Yahweh Shai, and they know they're Hebrew Israelites and they're calling themselves Hebrew Israelites, and that's how a lot of people get everybody mixed up, because, well, y'all are all the same. No, we're not all the same, because it's separated. We're separated by way of doctrine, the teachings. Okay, not everybody has the same spirit. So it says in verse 5, I will therefore put you in remembrance, though you once knew this, how that the Lord, having saved the people out of the land of Egypt, afterward destroyed them that believe not. And that's what we're trying to tell you, man. Everything, there's nothing new underneath the sun. We're telling you the same thing, and yes, it's the same thing. But guess what? This is the last time. There ain't gonna be no more uprising of another kingdom or another nation, and we're put back in another bad situation of life. No, this is the last one. This is the last kingdom. Esau's, and that's another thing these people don't understand. Esau, Adawamium, he's the last one to rule. Okay, he's the last one to rule, and he's ruling over Israel, over the whole earth right now, because it was prophesied that he was going to have the blessing or in the fatness of the earth and live by the sword. Okay, and that's what they don't understand. They think that we're going to be put into the hands of another superpower. China's going to take over. No. Okay, that's not what's going to happen. Israel, after this Third World War, Israel's going to be put back in the rightful place of rulership. Okay, but before that, it's going to be nothing but destruction. And you should be like, well, how can I be saved? Who's going to save me in those days? What is his name? Okay, everybody's saying that his name's Jesus, and it's not. Okay, that's a Greek derivative for the word Jesus. However they pronounce it, but y'all know what I'm talking about in the Greek. Okay, that's all that is. When you go to the 1611, your brothers don't know, you newly brothers, you go to the 1611 King James Holy Bible, you look up that word Jesus in Matthew chapter 1, it's spelled I-E-S-U-S. There's no J. Why? Because there was no J in the alphabet until the late, 16, 17, early 1700s. That's when the letter J was introduced into the alphabet. Okay? So that can't be his name, even though it's written in the Bible in English J-E-S-U-S, but it's not what it is. You have to go back to the Hebrew and the Greek. Okay? Because that man who the world ignorantly called Jesus, is coming back to destroy, man. But right now, we're warning the people, okay? We're warning you and letting you know of these things. All right? I'll get that one here in just a second. But that's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to come out to the highways and the byways and prophesy. Tell you Negro Latinos and Native American Indians to get right, man, that destruction is coming. And to tell the heathen as well what's coming to them. All right? So going back to 2 Peter chapter 1 and 14, knowing that shortly I must put off this my tabernacle, even as our Lord Yahushua hath showed me. Okay, so that was it on there. The point was Peter was to stir up stir them up by putting you in remembrance. Okay, and Jude said the same thing. Verse 5, I will therefore put you in remembrance, though you once knew this. Okay, and how Yahushua destroyed everything, man. Destroyed Egypt, destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah. Okay, there's nothing new underneath the sun. So every kingdom that's ever ruled has been destroyed. Even his own people, the nation of Israel, was destroyed because of their rebellion, because of their stiff neck, their pride, their wickedness. Okay, but we're still commanded to prophesy. Okay, this is Ezekiel 33 and 2, Son of man, speak to the children of thy people and say unto them, when I bring the sword upon a land, if the people of that land take a man of their coast and set him for their watchman, if when he seeth the sword come upon the land, he blow the trumpet and warn the people. Yeah, because he's the watchman. He's the one that's on his, what you got? You got 4 quarters and a watch. So these individuals, the watchmen would change shifts whenever it was time for them to go and watch. They would have to be circumspect, constantly paying attention to what's going outside, out in the perimeter, So if he saw anything, he would warn the people. He would sound the trumpet, and the trumpets had a distinct sound, so the people already knew when it sounded a certain way. That's what it was. All right. Going back to Ezekiel 33 and 4, then whoever heareth the sound of the trumpet and take not warning, see, because we're warning you, we're letting you know, we're telling you what's coming. Get this other one real quick. Got 2. I'm gonna bring them out because I don't want it to leave my mind. So bear with me. That. Get this other one. Alright. So I'm going to bring this one out here in Jeremiah 6 and 10 first. It says, to whom shall I speak and give warning that they may hear? Right. So the answer to that is you speak it out into the air. You go onto the highways and the byways, wherever city you're at, town, whatever, you post up and you just start preaching. Okay? It don't matter if anybody's listening or not, because they're gonna see you, and if the Lord draws them, they're gonna come to you. Okay? And then you can do, and you can do your work. Let the Spirit work. Okay? It says Jeremiah 6 and 10, to whom shall I speak and give warning that they may hear? Behold, their ear is uncircumcised and they cannot hearken. Behold, the word of the Lord is unto them a reproach. They have no delight in it, and they don't. But the elect do. Okay? And that's who we're fishing for. But it's not up to us to know who it is. Okay? Your job is to go out there and sound that trumpet, man. Warn the people. Warn. Okay? Sound the alarm. All right? Here in Colossians chapter 1 and Colossians 1 and verse, I'll get straight to the point. Colossians 1 and 28. For we preach, warning every man. See, warning every man. Okay, there's not no. This is different from the churches. In the churches, they want to sing songs. They want to have dinners and lunches and all that stuff. They don't want to go into prophecy. They don't want to speak against the government, the injustice, because they're under a 501 the 501c3 charter, which is which they're basically tax exempt. And they have to follow certain rules. They can't speak on certain things. So over here it's different. We speak on it all because there ain't nobody holding us that back. There ain't no gag order over us, okay? Because we're under the umbrella of Yahweh Bashem Shai. So you don't fear nobody when you come onto the highways, even though you like Yahweh Shai said, be wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove. And you don't got to be out there cussing and all this extra shit. All that stuff is just gonna get you further in trouble. You know what I'm saying? Get you more attention that you don't need to be having on yourself. You just keep preaching. Keep your preaching, your word seasoned with salt. And everything, the Spirit will do the work. Okay. We had to learn the hard way. So going back to Colossians 1 and 28, whom we preach, warning every man and teaching every man in all wisdom, that we may present every man perfect in Yahweh Shai Mashiach. Right, and that's our job. We have to, trim away the fat, warn you, tell you, rebuke, exhort, admonish. That's all part of it. Okay, it's not just one thing. Like I said, it's not, you don't just come in like at a church. Your pastor don't know who you are, and you go in and out. They have no involvement of anything that goes on within your life. They ain't giving you scriptures, no encouragement. And if they do, it's to no avail. Okay, when you deal with brothers on this side, it's different. The Spirit's actually working on this side. It's more serious. Okay, it's serious over here. You know what I'm saying? Going back to Colossians 1 and 29, whereunto I also labor, striving according to his working, which worketh in me mightily. And that's what that's what we want. We want to get the Spirit to work in us mightily. Right? For the profit and the gain of the elect. And of course to get ourselves deliverance, salvation. Okay? Let me finish this one in Matthew 22. And let's see. Matthew 22 and 9. Go ye therefore into the highways, and as many as you shall find, bid to the marriage. Right, so come out to the highways and the byways, as you see here. You go onto your city, your state, your town, whatever you're at. Post up, you find a spot, preach. Okay, in and out of season. So those servants went out into the highways and gathered together as many as they found, both bad and good, and the wedding was furnished with guests. Okay, because Yahweh Shai, he's going to be the one that separates the goats, the sheep from the goats. Okay, because there is going to be bad vessels that are picked up, just like Yahweh Shai chose Judas Iscariot. Okay, it's just part of the game. It's part of the deal. Going back to Jeremiah 6 and 11, therefore I'm full of the fury of Yahweh. I am weary with holding in. I will pour it out upon the children abroad, and upon the assembly of young men together. For even the husband with the wife shall be taken, and aged with him that is full of days. And their houses shall be turned to others with their fields, and wives together. For I will stretch out my hand upon the inhabitants of the land, saith Yahweh. Yeah. So the Lord is telling you that he's coming, he's bringing destruction, like he's done of old times. That's why we have the scriptures, the Comforter, because it's already, we already know. I'm going to bring this one here. And Romans chapter 15 and 4, it says, for whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope. So everything was written for our learning. So that's why I understand exactly what I'm saying. So you have to read get into these scriptures in order to understand what brothers are referring to, talking about. Do your research, study, okay? Go into the history, and stay within prophecy, the spirit. Okay. So going back over here to Ezekiel 33 and 4, then whosoever heareth the sound of the trumpet and take not warning, right? Because again, I just verified that we are to go out and warn. If the sword come and take him away, his blood shall be upon his own head. Right, so the blood's gonna be on your head. Like these people out here, it's gonna be their blood is gonna be on their heads, not my hands. Okay, because I did my job, I did exactly what Yahweh Bashim Yahushua told me to do. Okay, scriptures say, seek out your own salvation with fear and trembling, man. You know, I can't force these people to do anything. None of us can. We can just preach. Who can but prophesy, right? Let me get that one. Here in the book of Amos chapter 3, verse 6, shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid? And they're afraid. They're astonished when they see us. You know what I'm saying? They may be smiling and all this extra stuff. You never know what happens when they go home, when they get on their bed, when they fall asleep, what type of dreams and things like that they're having. Okay, or what happens right after they encounter a brother. Okay, and the people not be afraid. Shall there be evil in a city, and the Lord had not done it? Because the Lord created good. He created good and evil. He created light and darkness. Okay. Surely the Lord power will do nothing, but he revealeth his secrets unto the servants, the prophets. So if you want to learn, you have to be humble. You have to come to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua with humbleness, with the broken, contrite spirit, with repentance. Okay, not with an attitude or with I know I'm somebody, so I'm gonna get this knowledge. And no, man, the Lord ain't dealing with people like that. Amos 3 and 8. The lion hath roared, who will not fear? The Lord hath spoken, who can but prophesy? See, so again, that is our job, is to come out to prophesy, to say of things that are yet to come to pass, to say before. Okay. So your blood won't be on our hands, man. And not only just that, it's there's a lot to it. We want deliverance. We want salvation. We want our families to be saved, our children to be saved. But that's all up to the Lord. That's all up to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, who He grants access to, because of our works, because of our labor. But that's what we do it for. It's not just so we can keep blood off our hands. There's a lot of things that come with it. Okay, we want the kingdom here. We don't want this place anymore. We don't want this place. We don't want Esau, the Wamia ruling anymore. The nations. Okay, there's a lot of things that we want. So going back to Ezekiel 33 and 5, he heard the sound of the trumpet and took not warning. His blood shall be upon him, but he that taketh warning shall deliver his own soul. That's right. So going back to Joel chapter 2 verse 1, says, blow ye the trumpet in Zion, and sound an alarm in my holy mountain, that all the inhabitants of the land tremble. For the day of Yahweh cometh, for it is nigh at hand. Because if you take heed to it, you're going to deliver yourself. The Lord will deliver you. If you continue in the faith, if you continue to persevere, if you continue to have a repentant mind and a broken, contrite spirit, humble, not being proud and arrogant, acting like you don't need nobody, or you don't need anything, or you don't need the Lord, or you don't need a leadership, or you don't need order. It's 1 Timothy chapter 4, verse 11. These things command and teach. Let no man despise thy youth, but be thou an example of the believers in word, in conversation, in charity, in spirit, and faith, and purity. Till I come, give attendance to reading, to exhortation, to doctrine. Neglect not the gift that is in thee, which was given thee by prophecy.
with the laying of the hands of the presbytery. Meditate upon these things, give thyself wholly to them, that thy profiting may appear to all. Take heed to thyself and unto the doctrine. Continue in them, for in doing this thou shalt both save thyself and them that hear thee. See? That's how powerful this word is, and that's the hope that we have. And all of us brothers on the highways and the byways, that's the hope that we have. Okay? But like the scriptures say, you know, let me get it. This is Philippians chapter 2, verse 12. Wherefore, my beloved, as you have always obeyed, not as in my presence only, but now much more in my absence, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. See? For it is the Most High which worketh in you both to will and to do of his good pleasure. Do all these without murmuring and disputings. Okay? So do it. Just do the work. Go on to the highways and the byways, prophesy. You know, whatever the Spirit has on you to teach. Speak against great Babylon, speak it. You know? That's part of the prophecy. Great Babylon is going to be destroyed. Okay? It's going to be brought down. Great Babylon has fallen, is fallen. The mother of harlots, which is what? America. All right, and the scarlet beast that she rideth upon, that woman is America, and the scarlet beast is who? NATO, EU, all the other foreign nations. Okay, and this place is spiritually known as Sodom and Egypt, and also it's a rebirth of Rome all over again. During the Renaissance period, the word Renaissance means rebirth. Where the dragon with the 7 heads, he had a head that was wounded unto death, but it was miraculously healed. Okay, that was the rebirth of America. That was rebirth of Rome by America. Okay, which came to be known as America. Which America comes from who? Amerigo Vespucci. I believe he was an Italian. You know, some like. Not a scholar, but I think he was like a scholar and also like a voyager, you know, seeking out new lands and stuff like that. But that's where the word America comes from, that man, Amerigo Vespucci. So yeah, you speak on all these things. You speak on the image of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, or you cast down the image of who the world called Jesus Christ, the white Jesus. You cast that down. You know, all this is through prophecy. Okay, you tell people to restrain from those things, because if not, they're gonna be destroyed if they remain calling on the name Jesus Christ. If they remain believing that Jesus or Yahweh Shai look like a so-called white man. Okay, there's a lot of things that have to be set in order. This is Ezekiel 33:6. But if the watchmen see the sword come, right, and the sword is what? The sword represents destruction. It's like it. Let me get that clear. The sword represents destruction. Okay? Let me get this one here in the book of Job 19 and 29. Be ye afraid of the sword, for wrath bringeth the punishments of the sword, that ye may know that there is a judgment. Okay? And the ultimate sword that Yahweh Shai is going to use to bring judgment on this place is thermonuclear destruction. Okay? Missiles, the ICBM missiles, that's what's going to be used. It ain't going to be by no comet like in that new movie Don't Look Up. It ain't going to be that way. It ain't going to be like in the movie Knowing with Nicolas Cage, where the sun rays, you know, throw out these giant sun flares and they just, you know, burn up the earth. No, it's not how it's going to happen. It is going to be by way of fire. They have that right, but it's going to be by way of their devices, their own technology. Okay, and also it's not really theirs. It's Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. That's what he's gonna use. He's Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shai. They're like Yahweh's like a consuming fire, man. Okay. Let me get this other one. I got all these scriptures lined up. And but yeah, like I said, it's gonna be by way of fire. Okay, that this destruction is gonna be come by, but it's gonna be by way of missiles. This is Isaiah 54:16. Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work. I have created the waster to destroy. What is his instrument for his work? The missiles. Okay. This other one. Man. This is Isaiah chapter 9, verse 5. For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise and garments rolled in blood. But this shall be with burning and fuel of fire. Which is what? It's going to be the ICBM missiles. That's how it's going to be in this last time. Okay? That glittery sword. Alright. That's it on that one. So, I hope that one still. That one. Just go over here. This is Jeremiah. This is Jeremiah 51:1. Thus saith Yahweh, behold, I will raise up against Babylon and against them that dwell in the midst of them that rise up against me a destroying wind. Okay. When those ICBM missiles, thermonuclear destruction hits, what does it say? It sends a shock wave. Right? That's a destroying wind. And I will send unto Babylon fanners that shall fan her and shall empty her land, for in the day of trouble they shall be against her round about. Right. Because America is going to be utterly destroyed, man. There's going to be missiles shot over to this place. Okay. All the other nations are getting ready for war. Pay attention to the news throughout all these years. That's what they've been doing. Okay. This is Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 22. A sound of battle is in the land, and of